Okay, here we are again. We're on the 16th hole, and I'm playing Jim Scully. And we both hit these wonderful shots over here. Quite frankly, neither one of us can tell at a glance which ball they are. So, all right, so here we are in match play. I've got a match with Jim, and we've both hit our ball in this spot here, and they're not easily identifiable based on the lie and all that kind of stuff. So I get down here first, and I'm sitting here and I'm looking at this ball, and I'm picking it up to look at it, and I'm going, uh-oh, that's a Titleist. That's not my ball.
Hey,
I do my best. I'm going, well, where am I going to put it?
Hey, Tom, you can't pick up that ball.
What do you mean I can't pick up that ball?
Yeah, in match play, you can't pick up the other person's ball or your ball.
What? I have to identify it. If I hit the wrong ball, I lose the hole. Okay, so let's talk about what really is supposed to happen. If I get over here and I'm first and Jim and I are here, first thing I would do is I'd say, Jim, come over here. Can you tell which ball's which without touching them? And that would be the first thing we would do. And secondly, if we couldn't identify the ball, then I would say, well, I'm going to lift this ball here to see if it's mine or not. And I would take a tee and mark its position. And I must do this before I lift the ball, or it's a one-stroke penalty. It used to be loss of hole if you picked it up without marking it in match play, but now it's a one-stroke penalty if I don't mark it before I pick it up. So I pick it up carefully. That's a Titleist. What are you playing, Jim?
Titleist.
What number's on it?
3.
Oh, that's not yours. It's a 2. I'm just messing with it. It's a Titleist 2. We know this is Jim's ball. I put it back. I asked for permission before I picked it up. And so now I go over this one. I could be stupid and assume this is my ball if I want, but if I can't identify it and I hit it and it turns out to be some other ball, I lose the hole for hitting the wrong ball. So I'm going to go ahead and mark its position. Okay, I'm going to identify this one here. I'm going to pick it up. I'm not going to clean it. Sure enough, that's my vice with a red dot. I go right back to my mark, and if you look, it's hard to see it from where you're at, but there actually is an indentation in the grass where it was. I put it back there. I don't do that. That is cheating. And there are some of you guys, I'm getting to the point where I'm about ready to say you're cheating, because I've gone over this rule so many times about you must first mark your ball, you must not clean it, and you must replace it in its original lie before you go on. Now both of these balls have been identified, they're in play, and Jim and I can move on with our match without having a penalty stroke or an argument or anything else. Okay, so I want to kind of relive the good old days and the new rules of golf. In the good old days, you had to notify your opponent that you were going to identify your ball before you did it. And the reason for that is it gives him or her the opportunity to come over and observe what you do. Let's say, hey Jim, I'm going to look at my ball, and let's say he's clear over there 100 yards away across the cart path, and he doesn't get a chance to watch me, and I pick it up without marking it. He might not even know I didn't mark it, and I'm going, oh yeah, that's me, and tee it up. It gives him a chance to observe it. So I like the old way. I think anytime you are going to lift your ball to identify it, you should let your opponent know first so they can see what the heck you're doing. It's not required anymore, but what is required is when you lift that ball, you better mark its position, because if you don't mark its position, it is a one-stroke penalty in match play and stroke play. Either way, if you pick it up without marking its position, that's one stroke, which could cost you the match, the whole doggone thing.